My parents voted for Trump, and I'm not talking to them right now. My brother voted for Trump, and I'm not talking to him right now. And some of you might think that's extreme, but here's the thing. I mentioned in a video a while back that comfort is the cost for change. It is extremely uncomfortable for me to distance myself from my parents, particularly because they are 82 and 85. My brother, he's living his life. He thinks he's more pure and delightsome than dark and loathsome, so that's its own thing. And if any of my nieces and nephews are watching this, it is what it is, right? 2025 is the year of the crash out for me, so get ready. In any case, I'm not speaking with my parents right now. They called me shortly after my birthday because right after the election, I shared in a family group chat. I said, you know what you did. Don't contact me unless I contact you first. If there's an emergency, contact a sibling. I'm sharing this with you because I see people saying, oh, well, it's going to take time. We have to be nice. You take your time, I'll take my space, right? So I haven't talked to them. They did call me after my birthday. And how did they call me, you might ask, because I blocked them, right? I didn't block my mother. When I say I'm going to visit family, I'm going home, I usually say, hey, I'm going to visit my mom. My mom has a special place in my heart for many reasons. I could say a million good things about her, but that does not negate the reality of the present situation. Some of you may think so because you grew up in a reality, a world in which the things people have done absolve them from the things they are doing. And that's not the reality I live in. I live in a reality where I accept accountability for the things I do, and I hope to have people in my life who are willing to be accountable as well. Now, on this phone call, fond? I didn't respond much. I was very level, neutral. For the astrology people out there, I'm not really an astrologist, but I'm a Scorpio, if that means anything. Yes, I fall into some of those characterizations. I'm very passionate, and I tend to wear my emotions on my sleeve. People who know me can usually tell where I'm at. And so on this phone call, my father said to me, are you okay? How are you doing? I said, I am not okay. I'm not okay. And I started getting passionate. Why aren't you okay? I said, I cannot believe you voted for that man. I cannot believe you voted for that man. Do you see who he put in for consideration? Are you paying attention? See, when people go down the MAGA pipeline, they leave reality. They leave reality, and yes, my parents are still Mormon, and they're not dumb people. See, MAGA supporters tend to fall into two categories for me: people who are uneducated or uninformed, but people who are educated but deluded, right? In the sense that excusing the behavior of this man is a departure from reality. We can argue policy, we can argue Keynesian economics versus modern monetary theory all day. That's one thing, right? Kamala, compared to Donald, in my opinion, not even close. The shaming of Kamala compared to recognizing verifiable events, things that this man did, is completely diluted. I don't trust her because she speaks differently to black people and white people. I don't trust her because she... Anyhow, so I'm just saying that before y'all keep commenting. Anyhow, so as the phone call keeps going on, I said, I'm not okay. I'm upset. I'm upset because you ruined my kid's future. You ruined the boy's future. You made a choice. My father goes, well, I'm 85, and, as I've told you before. I said, because what he was going to do was an appeal to authority based on his age and say how he's lived through this or that. I have a photo of my parents wearing fucking dashikis. My dad smoking a spliff, a joint. They're having a good time, conversation. The energy of that photo, the light, the life is something I never experienced because of Mormonism. Don't tell me that you have experience with this or whatever. You have fallen and slipped down that path of disillusionment. So again, the two camps, right? Uneducated, underinformed, educated, delusion. My parents have always prided themselves, uneducated, on on being informed. They stressed education to us. They made sacrifices for us, which I'm forever grateful for. But again, that does not negate the reality of the choice that they made, that they support a man who is willing to get rid of the Department of Education. Whether he's joking or not joking, you elected someone who lied to your face. A known quantity, if you will, sure. I get that there's some value there. Well, at least we know he's lying. See, anyhow, I'm probably going to make some more videos, but back to the phone call, ADHD. I said, you made a selfish choice. You didn't even care. You didn't care. You did not care. I have to hang up now, is what I said. I have to hang up now. I'm too upset. Boop. I've not talked to them. It's hard. It's hard. I'm not gonna pretend that this is an easy thing, especially when you are the only person in your family who says anything about this stuff, expresses disapproval, draws a line, and says no, enough is enough. And I don't want to hear anything about, well, we live in Utah, we live in a red state, so it would make a difference. It would make a difference if you fucking tried. If everybody tried, it would make a difference. Now, I realize this problem, this issue, this level of delusion that 77 million people or so have supported is an upward hill to climb. Upward hill. That's redundant. But it's daunting to think that we can change these people's minds. But what I'm not going to do is allow people in my life to play without consequence and have access to me and my energy and time and all of that. That might be for you, but it's not for me. It's an isolating and lonely place to be, but here we are. And the next step for me is I'm going to write my parents a letter. Tell them how I feel. Then we can begin the process of building a relationship because, again, no one is telling them. No one is talking to these people because you rather have your pumpkin pie and your glazed ham and the good times and access to the wealth when your folks die than keeping it real.
Yo, imagine being a parent whose adult children cut all ties to you. They don't even speak to you anymore. They don't call you on your birthday. They don't plan anything for Mother's or Father's Day. They never even update you on your grandchildren's milestones. Refuse to come to your bedside when you're chronically ill. Never visit you in the nursing home. I mean, if they saw you in line at a Starbucks, they'd probably side-eye you for a minute and then pretend like they didn't even know you. All because you failed so fantastically, so monumentally at your job, your one job as the loving, supportive presence in their lives, that your children would rather dethrone you from quite arguably one of the most irreplaceable positions you could ever hold in another human being's life, voluntarily orphaning themselves, than spend one more millisecond of their time on Betty White's green earth, drowning themselves in your emotional immaturity. Couldn't be me.
It wasn't a political rally, it wasn't an election night, and it wasn't a headline anymore expected. It was happening around dinner table, during family phone calls, and behind closed doors, where some of the deepest divisions in America were beginning to unfold. Across the country, stories have surfaced of families struggling with political disagreements so intense that, in some cases, parents and their adult children have chosen to limit or even end contact. Many online discussions have focused on families who identify with the MAGA movement, while others point out that these painful divisions have affected people across the political spectrum. What makes this story so powerful is not just the politics, it's the relationship. For many families, disagreement that once ended with a difficult conversation have turned into a month or even years of silence. Some believe standing firm on their value is worth the cost. Others wonders whether any political belief should come before family. As more people share their personal experiences online, one question continues to spark debate. Is this simply a reflection of today's polarized political climate, or has America reached a point where rebuilding trust inside family is becoming one of its greatest challenges? Now it's your turn. Do you think political differences should ever be strong enough to break family relationship, or is there always a path towards reconciliation? Share your thoughts in the comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you. See you in my next.
To my
stopped speaking to this side of the family since the election. Words can't describe how hurt I am that you've decided to do this. You've known that I've supported Donald Trump since 2016. It has never come between us before. I have never judged you on the choices that you've made, the people that you supported, or who you voted for. I've always been open to listening to anything and everything you've believed in and you've wanted to share with me, whether I agree with it or not. You know my heart.
Have you ever considered that maybe your daughter does know your heart, and that's exactly why she's decided to cut you out of her life? Actions have consequences, including who you vote for. When you vote for somebody like Donald Trump and the Republican Party, who have stripped the rights away from women and promised to strip the rights away from immigrants, strip the rights away from members of the LGBTQ community, people have a choice. They don't have to accept toxic and disgusting behaviors and people who promote theirs in their lives. I give props to this daughter for knowing that you believed in something that hurts her, hurts people she cares about, and she doesn't want that in her life. She did the right thing to protect herself and her own well-being. If you cared about your daughter and you truly listened to what she was saying and her concerns, maybe over the last 8 years, you would have learned a damn thing. Maybe you would have put the rights and the things that were important to your daughter above this foolish millionaire asshole, Donald Trump. And that's what it is. Throw me a follow. Props to that daughter.
I do have something else I want to touch base on, and I know I flip-flop back and forth, but for those of you who have followed me for any length of time, and I did have a viral video or viral post that went viral, a post that went viral probably a little less than a year ago, and it was about my adult daughter, who is 31, who has cut me off, doesn't reply to texts, has blocked me on social media. Yeah, the things that I feel that she's done are not very nice. I did not raise her like that. So I was just doing a little reflection today, and I did post something else just in my feels, but I am a really good mom. I don't need anybody to tell me. I know I am. And the moments that get me are in the quiet time, of course, and when I know the devil is coming after me. I miss her. I miss what could have been. I miss the times that I had her when I gave birth to her. I miss, gosh, so many memories up until age 14. So many memories flood my head and heart, actually. I guess what I'm saying is I don't want to remember her during this time. Like, I don't want to remember this phase of my life with her, because it's not happy, it's not joyful, it's not a good memory. And it scares me because the more time that goes by, the less I miss, I guess. So, and that doesn't make me any less of a good mom. But I will not be hurt by people I thought loved me. You do not hurt people that you love. At some point, you have got to realize, as an adult, you have got to realize that you are hurting people that you love. And I just, I know I'm a good mom. I know I don't deserve to be hurt like this. And it's okay for me to talk about. It's okay for me to come to terms with it. It's okay for me to feel the feels. It's okay. So if you are going through something like this, if you are feeling the same things I have, or if you are not where I am right this second, because I've been sad, I've been mad, I've been, indifferent. And that's kind of where I am right now, is I am choosing me. Not that I will not be available for her when and if she ever comes back to me or back to fight for this relationship, but I'm not begging. Nope. I don't have to. So, I hear you. If you are in the same position I am, I hear you and I see you and I know what you're going through, and it's going to be okay. With or without the children if they come back. They are adults. And they know better. So, anyways, that's it.